You see your energy manifest on the rainbow road, and it manifests into this like blanket of dirt, and it's this but it's like this shimmering living like square of like a dirt cloud, right? And so I start to get connected to that character from Charlie Brown, and I am getting Linus in my head, but then and I'm staring at this dirt cloud, and it's like living and moving, and then finally it comes and it's Pigpen. And so as soon as I get Pigpen, then we transition on to the next thing. And so I'm not sure if that connects to you or it connects to the next thing. So then I see Snoopy on top of his doghouse. And Snoopy gets on top of his doghouse, and he puts on his that fighter pilot hat, that leather hat, and the goggles, and wraps the red scarf around his neck, and he starts going through that whole like daydream of being a fighter pilot and flying through the sky and shooting down that little yellow bird and all that stuff. And so I'm watching this happen, and so I'm not really sure what's going on at this point, so I follow the symbols or these images, and so the red scarf comes off Snoopy, and as soon as the red scarf comes off Snoopy, he's back down on his doghouse, and he kind of rolls off the doghouse, and he's back to real life. And so I see this red scarf then fly off into the next image, and it kind of wraps around a mailbox. And so this to me now is symbolizing root chakra and grounding. So I get mailboxes, home. So root chakra is all about family, home, career. It's stability. It's health. It's it's financial. It's all of this in a blocked area. It's fear. And so I'm now transitioning back and trying to understand, what I've been seeing. And so I'm getting that maybe there's some form of you in the root chakra right now that that life maybe is and it's like kind of, I would say, like a daydream, but it's not like a daydream and like you're dreaming and concocting things to do. It's almost like I get this feeling, it's like when the red scarf pulls off Snoopy and he's back to his real life. I got more of that feeling where it's like all of a sudden something happens and you're almost like snapped back into life, where like there's these, I would maybe assume that there's these times where you almost question or contemplate, like, is this really my life? And I almost see you more in like a zoned out kind of, like where you kind of just snap back and you're kind of pulled back into the present moment, whether it be daydreams or what, but it's almost like there's this fog, and maybe that's that brown dirt in the beginning, but it's almost like there's this cloud about you where it's almost like, is this really happening? And kind of like a deja vu type thing, like, is this really going on, or is this really my life? And so I kind of get more of that feeling connected to these first images. And so from the scarf on the mailbox, then I get this image of a woman's legs, and she's holding an umbrella, and I don't see the woman, but I see like a skirt, naked legs, and red pumps, and she's running through the rain. And I don't see where she's going. I just see her like running through the street. And so again, red pumps, I'm getting connected to root chakra again. Now it's water and rain, so I'm getting sacral chakra energy. So water is always sacral chakra. And so I'm getting that there's this urgency for something. So root chakra is family, it's grounding, it's it's home, it's work, it's financial, it's all of that stuff. And sacral chakra is like relationships, it's sexual stuff, it's partnering, it's fluidity, it's change, it's passion. So I'm getting that there's almost this like protection factor, but there's an urgency, and so I'm getting maybe that there's this shift maybe that you're looking for, or there's some kind of urgency to move from root chakra energy to like sacral chakra energy, but there's some kind of, something's protecting or something's blocking. I get it's almost like I wanted to see you take the umbrella away and just let the rain like move into you and purify you, like have that cleansing effect. But it's almost like you were so narrowly focused to get to the sidewalk and out of like the street with the rain. It was like, there wasn't time to like enjoy that part of the rain. So there was something about being very directed and very focused, and almost this like protection factor of what was happening, or this transition. And so from here, then I see you at this doorway getting ready to go through the next portal, moving into the next scene. And so I see you standing at the doorway, your arms are spread out in between like the sides of the door, and your eyes are closed really tight, and you're scrunching your face like almost in preparation for this big fall, like you're going to do this big like fall down a mountainside is what I feel like you're preparing for. And you let go and you fall just like a foot, and there's the ground's like right there in front of you. And it's almost like your mental attitude was preparing you so much. It's like you had thought so much about this leap or this next jump or the phase or whatever in the root chakra, family, career, house, grounding, financial, whatever it is. It's almost like you had so much mental activity over it. You prepared yourself for like the worst thing to happen or the worst scenario, and then you let go, and it was like, oh, that was it. And so it was like this realization, like, oh, that wasn't so bad. So then from here, the energy transitions, and I see the scene from Alice in Wonderland where she's coming out of the ocean and gets washed up onto shore, and all those little animals are running in a circle around the dodo bird who's on the top of the cliff with the fire, and they're all singing that upwards, downwards, backwards, forwards, bottom to the top, da-na-na-na-na-na-na, something, stop. And he's like going, bye, Joe, I think they got it. And so, like, I see you now part of this caucus race, running around and around and around and around. And so, and then the waves just keep crashing on you. So again, water, I'm getting completely solar plexus energy, sacral chakra energy. The sacral chakra energy, it just keeps crashing onto you, and it's like almost like I feel like it's trying to wake you up, like, and again, sacral chakra is change, it's fluidity, it's letting go, it's emotional stuff. So it's almost like going with the flow, and I get that you just keep getting smacked by this realization, and you're not willing to look up and change out of this pattern, right? And so the pattern of you running in circles and circles and circles is this grounded, directed kind of focus of that root chakra, like you're not going to change me type of an energy. And so you're running, and finally I see what your energy is, and you're one of these little starfish, right, that's kind of dancing in the circle. And so the starfish breaks free of the circle, running in the circle, and you move up the beach, and then you start rotating and moving up into the heavens. And so I get that this is the path that you want. Who doesn't want to return to the heavens, right? So I get that the heavens are like, so it's like the end goal for you. And I felt as you were moving up even higher into the heavens to return as one of the stars of light, upon the many stars of light up there, I felt like that the energy lessened and lessened and lessened, and you were less burdened as you moved up into the stars and returning back, right, to source light. And so I get that this is the trajectory that you're looking for, and this is the energy that you want, is to just be just be home, almost like you just want to return back to home and have no worries and have it be easy and just know that you belong type of a thing, and everything's okay, and you're just one of the many almost. But and so that's just the energy. I got this, like, I don't want to be stuck in this endless loop. I want the higher perspective. I just want to know that I'm, all of this is divine, almost, is kind of how maybe I would put words to it. And then from there, I saw out of the star a line of a little spider started coming out, and he started dropping his web, and he was hanging down from the star, and then he starts spinning this unbelievable web back and forth, and it's this like diamond light web, right, just crystalline kind of web, and I'm seeing him build this whole web, and then it's done. I'm like, what's this for? What are we looking at? And in the patterns, then I see all these little beads of water, these little like dewdrop beads. And so I'm going, okay, here we go again. We're trying to capture the sacral chakra energy. And so it's like almost like you're spinning this web and trying so hard to capture the energy of this sacral chakra. And so again, sacral chakra, it's passion, it's relationships, it's the sexual stuff, like sexual organs, it's fluidity, it's change. And so there's almost like this dualistic quality again. It's like almost like you're going at this, I get, the wrong way. It's like I'm trying to capture it, I'm trying to use this very root chakra method of like capturing and laying my web and creating this kind of web to capture what I need. But this emotional sacral chakra energy, it's not going to be captured. It's you have to just get into the energy of it. You have to let go of the emotions. You have to start, and my hands and my body right now are like just moving back and forth like a hippie, right? It's like you just kind of have to let go and allow the energy to be you. And you can't it's like you got to leave your mental game behind. You're not going to be able to control this energy. The more you control this energy, the more you're going to get kicked out of it. So from here, the water all pools together in the middle of the spider web. And we're looking in it, and I see a reflection of you, and I see this like beautiful reflection of you, like long hair, naked body, but the hair's like covering the body like an Aphrodite picture. And it's like, I get that it's like this image of like, this is the peace, this is the serenity, this is like what lies in the sacral chakra energy. This is like what you're trying to capture, is just this like calm, balanced, like harmony. These are the words I'm getting, right? So like fluid, like this is you in sacral chakra energy. And so we move through the image of the water, and now I see you as this like Aphrodite, picture, and I get Adam and Eve, and you start moving up to like what looks like a secret garden. And so it's a wall of like ivy, and this is your Akashic records. So you move up to this wall of ivy, and you push back the leaves, and you find this big wooden door. And so as soon as you move through the wooden door, you're in like this secret garden, this secret sanctuary, and I'm getting the tree of life. I'm getting like total Adam and Eve here. I get like forbidden garden, right? Even though I know there's forbidden fruit, but like I'm getting like this forbidden garden, and everything is just like times 10, the energy, the color, the intensity. And I see you walk through, and there's no Adam, it's just Eve. And I see you in this like beautiful, like naked, just hair covering your body, and it's just like divine. And you walk in, and you're like one with this garden, and so you move to like the tree of life, and you're like literally letting this tree just like feed you energy. It's almost sensual how you act in this garden, and you're just like okay, so almost like what is it, like the pagan ritual where like the females go and worship the divine feminine, and like in nature, and bring down the moonlight, and just like almost there's like an ecstasy about being in nature and bringing this energy into their body. And this is what you were playing out in your Akashic records. And so this is the message. Oh, and so I asked in the very beginning, I said, what's the message here? What's the word that describes this? And they said healing, what was the other word? And acceptance. And so healing and acceptance, this is like the title of your reading. So this is like the end result. This is all of the messages here, moving from root chakra into sacral chakra, letting go of control, accepting fluidity and change in these emotional sensations into your life. And I get that there's this divine ecstasy with you reconnecting to the feminine. And so, we're in your records, and it's this, forbidden sanctuary of a garden, and there's no Adam. It's all feminine. And so I get that there's this call to let go of the masculine, and it's like it's almost like reconnecting with this sensual quality that's this divine feminine within you. And it was all Gaia energy. It was all divine feminine earth energy. So I call down your higher self. Your higher self comes down like another Eve or, Aphrodite type creature, and starts telling me, I say, what's for the highest good for this person to know right now? And they said it's acceptance of this divine feminine into your life, and it's reconnecting basically with the divine feminine quality. And I get just that there's this, it's almost like by doing this, you accept this energy in, and it basically propels you through the energy block that you're dealing with in this sacral chakra area with relationship, passion, sexual things, what else? Change, fluidity. It can be any one of these things, but look up sacral chakra energy, and so that's what I get. That this is this is the harmonizing effect you need to balance the flow of the sacral chakra energy and this divine connection with the divine feminine, and accepting this into yourself, and like letting go almost of that masculine quality and allowing yourself to be seduced. It's like seduction, ecstasy, sensual. It was just so powerful, this connection for you with the Mother Earth and this energy, and it just felt like it filled your body with so much light. So that's the messages with light and love.